What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talk Sports with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. We have a lot to talk about today. We had a bunch of NFL trades that broke right before I went live today. It's about 1:45 Eastern time when I am recording this. First, we have a couple of MLB free agency updates. Brendan Woodruff is opting out of his deal. He turned down $20 million to hit the open market. Woodruff is a really good pitcher. But injuries that have really cost him. Just 23 starts over the last 3 years. I mean, just 12 this season. Didn't pitch at all the previous season. But he is very good when he's healthy. He's just never healthy. He seems like a guy that would probably take a 1 year deal and like a prove-it deal somewhere. We'll see what happens. Edwin Diaz opts out of the last 2 years and $37 million of his contract. I would say the best reliever in the National League. I'm praying the Mets re-sign him. I can't afford to lose that guy, but he has opted out. The White Sox have picked up Luis Robert's option for $20 million. It's the right thing to do. He's been really bad these last couple of seasons, sub 200 hitter, but great center fielder. He has all the tools. He was once great. I really think he needs a change of scenery. If nothing else, maybe he hope he finds himself. If not, you can trade him. And the Cubs and Shohei Managa declined their portions of his mutual option, so he will be afraid of him. He's a very good starting pitcher that will be hitting the market. And MLB Awards finalists were announced the other day. I think it was yesterday. American League MVP, it's Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, and Jose Ramirez. I think it's Cal. If that's going to be Cal or Aaron Judge, they'll probably give it to Judge again. National League MVP, Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Schwarber, and Juan Soto. Ohtani's going to win it again. It is hard to deny him at this point. American League Cy Young is Tariq Skubal, Hunter Brown, and Garrett Crochet. I think it's Skubal. Maybe a case for Crochet, but I really think it's Skubal again. National League Cy Young is Christopher Sanchez, Paul Skeens, and Yamamoto. Yamamoto's great. Postseason was great, but I really think this National League Cy Young is Paul Skeens. The guy was just ridiculous this season. American League Rookie of the Year finalists, Nick Kurtz, Roman Anthony, and Jacob Wilson. It's Nick Kurtz. May have been Roman if he played more games, but Nick Kurtz had a crazy year. National League Rookie of the Year finalists are Drake Baldwin, Kate Horton, and Caleb Durbin. Should probably be Horton, and then we got hurt at the very end of the year, so maybe Baldwin steals it, but it should probably be Kate Horton. American League Manager of the Year finalists, it's Dan Wilson, Seattle, John Schneider, and Stephen Vogt of the Guardians. I think it should be Vogt. Schneider did a good job getting us into the World Series, but fans were trying to run this guy out of town for 3 years. They wanted him fired in May. Now he's the manager of the year. I don't buy that. Dan Wilson's done a great job, but Stephen Vogt has come in and done a really good job. His team was maybe 500 heading into September. They ended up winning the division. I think it's a Vogt. National League Manager of the Year, it's Pat Murphy, Terry Francona, and Rob Thompson. I think Francona should win it. The Reds made the playoffs. No one expected that. I think he should be the Manager of the Year in National League, personally. And the Braves promote Walt Weiss to manager. He's been their bench coach the last 8 seasons under Brian Snitker. He played for the Braves at the very end of his career, was manager in Colorado from 2013 to 2016. I think this is a good hire. I don't expect Atlanta to quite blow it up quite yet. I think they'll take one more shot with this group, hope that they can stay a little healthier. All around Acuna, Austin Riley. I think they'll take one more run with this group. Weiss, he was in Colorado for 4 or 5 seasons. I mean, he made the playoffs twice with the Colorado Rockies. That's a lot more than a lot of other guys can say that have been the manager of the Rockies since they became a team. I don't think he's a horrible manager. Obviously, he's been there for a while. He knows the organization, knows the players. I expect the roster to look relatively similar. I don't think they're gonna, panic and tear the team apart. So I think that's a good hire for the Atlanta Braves. Monday Night Football. We'll do this, and then we'll get into the trades. Arizona beats Dallas Cowboys 27-17. Arizona, they get to 3-5 on the season. Dallas drops to 3-5-1 on the season. Jacoby Brissett, 21 of 31 for 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison, one of the best games of his career thus far. 7 catches, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. And this might sound crazy. I know some more people are kind of catching on, but Jacoby Brissett should be the starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. The ship has sailed with Kyler Murray. You took him first overall. Paid him all this money for what? Nothing. The guy doesn't have a playoff win. Been in the league now. What? This is what his sixth year in the league, something like that. Move on. Honestly, I trade him today. I would trade Kyler Murray today. I know Brissett's a journeyman backup, but he gives him the best chance to win. Foursquare Sports is in the chat. Shout out to Foursquare Sports. It says Dallas seems to lose to the Cardinals a lot. I mean, 2020, 2023, and 2025. It's a good little observation there from Foursquare Sports. But yeah, but by the way, screw Dallas, screw Dallas. How about them Cowboys? Screw the Cowboys. But I think Jacoby Brissett should be the starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. I really think that he should be. Gives him the best chance to win. That's more of a testament to just how mediocre and overrated Kyler is and how good Jacoby Brissett is. But I really think Jacoby Brissett should be the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And Dallas, they suck. They might be the worst defense in the league. It's either them or maybe the Cincinnati Bengals, the Saints, and the Jets. Those are the four worst defenses in football. Um, but Brissett should absolutely be the next quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. I start him the rest of the year, see what happens. You're going to be looking at a new quarterback next year. You have to be. You can't run Kyler back out there next year. Remember stuff the rest of the year. Whatever happens, happens. You win however many games you win. Give Jonathan Gannon and his staff and his regime one more shot with whoever you bring in next year. But Jacoby Brissett should be the quarterback the rest of the way. I don't think he will be. They will probably go back to Kyler once he's healthy, which will probably be next week. But they will probably. So probably have. I really think it should be Kyler Murray. But with that, let's get into these trades. We had a huge blockbuster trade involving the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. Colts get Sauce Gardner for 2 first-round draft picks and receiver A.D. Mitchell. That goes back to the Jets. I don't know why. Why did the Jets have to do this to me? I don't get it. Sauce has his limitations. Not a good tackler, but he's a great cover corner. 2-time first-team All-Pro. He's 25 years old. You just gave him $120 million this past offseason, like maybe 4 months ago. Now you trade him. And look, now this gives Darren Mogi 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years to really reshape this roster. You're going to be drafting a quarterback next year. You're going to have a top 5 pick next year, maybe a top 3 pick next year. But young star like that, to trade him away right after you sign him, it just at this point it doesn't matter. Foursquare Sports has said, blowing up the ship and starting again, typical Jets. Yeah, like how much they do this every 5 years. They start over and blow it up every 5 years. At some point, you have to try and build some sort of cohesive unit. Justin, shout out Justin. He's in the chat. He just said they don't care. Justin's right. They don't care. They don't care in the slightest. Lee Johnson is the worst owner in professional sports. He needs to sell the team. He's on the record saying, "Oh yeah, in terms of wins, losses, I'm not a good owner." Then sell the team. This should not be that hard. It's not a hard concept. Sell the damn team. I don't understand. I just don't. This is a great move for the Colts. You give up 2 first-rounders. Give up A.D. Mitchell from a third-round receiver from 2 years ago. It's a hole to give up, but they're going for it. They have a very good offense. Daniel Jones overall has played well this year. Jonathan Taylor, I think, is the MVP of the league. You have a couple solid receivers. That O-line's great. Defensively, left a little bit to be desired. Now you pick up one of the best cover corners in all of football. Colts are going for it. Right now, sitting at 7-2. Got a solid lead in the NFC South that they are in the driver's seat to win. And I mean, right now, they are, the 1 of a 2 seed in the AFC. Will that last? We have a whole second half of the season. I'm not sure, but they should at least host a playoff game. They should win that division. Next best team in the division right now is Jacksonville, where I think they're clearly better than. So, big move for them, but Jets. What are we doing? I don't even know if it matters at this point. What are we doing? But to stay on the topic with the Jaguars, they get Jacoby Myers from the Raiders for a fourth and a sixth round pick. I think this is a good move. Uh, he requested a trade right before the season when he couldn't agree to an extension with the Raiders. At least 80 yards, four straight seasons, at least 705 straight seasons. He had over 1,000 yards last year. 87 catches for 1,027 yards, four touchdowns. This year, through 7 games, 33 catches for 352 yards. The Raiders are really bad. They've had some very subpar quarterback play from Geno Smith. Uh, I like this move. You had Brian Thomas Jr. there, who was great as a rookie last year. It's been a lot quieter this year. Obviously, Travis Hunter is there, but he's hurt. Jaguars think they can contend and maybe make the playoffs. So they went out and got a veteran receiver, not a whole lot to give up. I think it's a solid move for the Jaguars. He's a very good slot receiver. I wonder if this leads to Brian Thomas getting traded. I don't think it will. There's been some rumors about that. Especially with Travis Hunter's going to miss the next few games. Brian Thomas was a first round pick a year ago. He was so good last year. Myers is a pending free agent. A good chance he leaves in the offseason. So maybe if, I mean, they traded up to get Travis Hunter last year. Maybe I think we have him. If they re-sign Myers for a couple of years and they trust him as their second receiver, maybe I think maybe Brian Thomas can get us, some, higher draft picks. Maybe it gets you a piece on defense, a piece on the offensive line. Who knows? But if I think he'll definitely stay through the trade deadline today, and that'll be more of an off-season thing if he were to get moved. But Jacoby Myers is now a Jaguar. Going back the other to the Raiders is a fourth and fifth round pick. A fourth and a sixth round pick goes back to Vegas. We got Ravens pick up Draymond Jones from Tennessee for a fifth round pick. I think it's a solid move. He's always been a solid pass rusher. This year in 9 games, has 4.5 sacks, 26 tackles, and a fumble recovery. 35 sacks in 99 career games for him. Can play on the inside as well as on the outside. He's a versatile defensive lineman. At the Ravens ad, Ravens have been busy. You send out Jerry Alexander uh, the other day to Philadelphia. Now you bring in Draymond Jones. Maybe that was a move. Maybe the Alexander move was to make room for this guy, for Jones. I don't know. But he's a Raven. Titans get a fifth round pick, and the Titans suck. Just trade everybody at this point. Who knows with that group? Coach is already gone. They've had what? How many coaching GMs over the last just not even like decade, just the last since they fired Mike Vrabel, which was only 2 years ago. It's crazy how much turnover they've had over there. Seahawks pick up Rashid Shaheed. Shaheed is a solid receiver that they get. Very good fit in Seattle. This year, he has 28 catches for 480 yards and 2 touchdowns. For his career, nearly 15 yards per reception in 42 career games. He's a very good deep threat. Can take the top off of a defense. Seattle is playing really good football. Sam Darnold's balling out. They're at 6-2 right now, right in the thick of the playoff picture. He's also a dangerous return man as well. Seattle, of course, already has Jackson Smith and Njigba, one of the best receivers in all of football. Has had a breakout season. A lot of nice pieces over there. They have a good running game with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Cooper Kupp is also over there. They have a lot of other young receivers over there. And now you add Shaheed. Very good move. Saints get back a fourth and a fifth round pick. Again, the Saints suck. Right now, the Saints with the first pick of the season ended today. Might as well get as many picks as you can. We'll see if they decide to move Chris Olave and among some other pieces. But Logan Wilson, not Logan Wilson, that's the next trade. Shaheed goes to the Seahawks, and Fourth Cross Sports just said Shaheed could be really, really sneaky, good receiver in Seattle, and I agree. He's got great speed, he's a great deep threat. He could be that's a nice pickup for the Seahawks. Gives them I'm not sure if he trusts Cooper Kupp as a true number 2 receiver at this point in his career. But now he can kind of settle into that, kind of wide receiver 3 role. Shaheed can be, the deep to take the top off the defense. And he'll probably have one-on-one coverage relatively often because of JSN. And this will open up the field for JSN as well. So that's a very good move for the Seattle Seahawks. And only a legit move. The Cowboys get Logan Wilson from the Bengals for a 7th-round pick. So Jerry Jones the last couple of days was saying like, "Oh, I'm working on a trade I'm leaning towards doing because it will address our shortcomings." Dallas obviously worst defensive football arguably right now. Maybe don't trade Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. That's just me. And the interim of Logan Wilson. Is Jerry Jones a real human being at this point? Logan Wilson, really? Can you imagine Cowboys thinking, oh, maybe did he pull it off for Max Crosby? Did he go out and get Troy Hendrickson? Did he go out and get this guy? No, he brought in Logan Wilson, who has 46 tackles this year. I mean, he doesn't fit the scheme anymore. He had 100 tackles or more in 4 straight seasons. A very good tackler. He's very good around the line of scrimmage, but he's not a good cover linebacker at all. He's a porous coverage linebacker. Uh, Good tackler, but that's about it. He's not a bad player, but like this is not gonna fix their defense. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed. Jacoby Brissett and the Arizona Cardinals on their third running back just lit them up last night for 27 points. I don't see how this second thing they get a smidge better than Logan Wilson's a decent starting linebacker, but that's about it. And the last move that was made, the Bears make a small move to get Joe Tyron from the Browns for a 6th-round pick. Maybe their dead cap will be like 92 million instead of 95 million. I guess 6th round. He was a former first rounder by Tampa. Hasn't really worked out. He's a fine rotational pass rusher. Bears is trying to beef up their defensive line. Small move there. So NFL standings update. Haven't done one of these so far this season. That's what we have right now in the AFC East. New England Patriots on top of the AFC East at 7-2. Much as I hate to say it, they are playing really well. They've won 6 in a row. Drake May is bowling out. I'm not calling him the MVP yet, like some of these Patriots fans are. They have not beaten anybody. The best team they've beaten was the Ravens, who, on paper, are obviously a great team, but obviously have had some tough times this season. It's not 3-5 right now. They had a lot of injuries when the Patriots played them. But other than that, it's just been like the Dolphins, the Jets, the Saints, teams like that. So that's 7-2. The offensive line is miles better. Will Campbell has helped their pass protection a lot. They've been very good defensively. I don't think they've allowed like a running back to have 50 rushing yards. They're great against the run. Singers is a little shaky. Christian Gonzalez has missed some games. He's one of the league's best corners. That's hurt them, but interesting to see that they do anything at the trade deadline. I know the running game's been pretty weak. For whatever reason, they just do not want to give the reins to Trevion Henderson. Ramondre Stevenson obviously has a lot of fumbling. Henry Gibson's out for the season. So we'll see. Not a ton of backs out there. I cannot imagine the Jets would trade with the Patriots when it comes to Breece Hall. That being said, they traded Sauce Gardner. I'm sitting here on my couch and it's like, oh, Sauce Gardner just got traded. It's like, oh, well, good afternoon to you too, I guess. But so you never know. When it comes, maybe Tony Pollard's the only other back I think that's, available. We'll see what happens. Bills are in second place, 6-2. Josh Allen's been Josh Allen. James Cook is the top 5 back in the league right now. But they really need another receiver. Khalil Shakir is pretty good. Keon Coleman's pretty good. Kincaid's a good tight end, but they don't have like a legit threat that can take the top off of defense. That's something they really, really need. A lot of receivers out there. I don't think the Dolphins will trade within the division, but if they can somehow get Jalen Waddle, boy. And defensively, they're just they have some guys out. It's a flawed unit anyway. I was never sold on it. It's not bad, but it's not great either. I think they need some help. Like against a weak offense like the Jets or the Panthers, like they have the Jets for 3 points. The Jets can't pass the ball unless they're playing one of the worst defenses in football, like the Bengals. They have the Panthers to 9 points. That offense isn't any good. But when they played the Ravens in week 1, they gave up what, like 40 points? You see where I'm going with this. Dolphins are 2-7. They suck. Trade Jalen Phillips, your best pass rusher, to the Eagles already. GM already got fired. The coach McDaniel should be next, I would hope. For their sake, blow it up. Trade everyone. Jalen Waddle, see ya. Devon Achane, see ya. Bradley Chubb, see ya. He'll trade me Fitzpatrick at this point. Tua cannot be the quarterback next year. At this point, I would just give Quinn Ewers a shot. You can't be worse. You can't be any worse. The Jets are at 1-7. Being a Jet fan is like living in a simulation. It, rinse repeat with this group. Now Sauce Gardner was gone. They may feel the worst secondary in the history of the league. Their top outside corner is Brandon Stevens. I think I'm a better corner than Brandon Stevens. That guy sucks. Their other outside corner, he started their last game with when Sauce was hurt. I don't even remember his name. I can't pronounce his name. He isn't that good. Their safeties suck. Andre Cisco's is eh. Malachi Moore's played well, the rookie, but he doesn't even start half the time. It's Tony Adams, who probably shouldn't be in the league. Just horrible. And now at this point, Quinton Williams, a really good speed rusher at the linebacker position. He's a pending free agent. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets moved. There's been talks about Jermaine Johnson getting traded. He's been posting cryptic stuff on Twitter. Who knows? They suck. Oh, by the way, they can't score either. Justin Fields, their coach is Aaron Glenn. They suck. The laughing stock of probably all sports. AFC North Steelers still in first place for now, 5-3. Aaron Rodgers just played well. The most Jets thing ever. Aaron Rodgers comes to the Jets. First game, first year, he tears his Achilles 5 minutes in. Comes back the next year, plays like garbage, and then he leaves a year later at 41, goes to the Steelers, and is playing well. That's the most Jets thing I've ever heard. The rest of that group honestly leaves a lot to be desired. They can't run the ball. Caleb Johnson's been not impressive whatsoever. Gina Warren isn't any good. DK Metcalf's a great receiver, but other than that, the receiving core is really bad. Calvin Olsen isn't any good. They have two good tight ends. Farling's pretty good. John Smith's okay, but other than that, that defense is so overrated. They are the most expensive defense in football, and then they can't stop anybody. Like, does anyone else not see a problem with that? Like, that's like if you spend $2,000 on this like big, amazing looking flat screen TV, but it won't even turn on. It's like, what's the point? Like, come on. But they're sitting at 5-3. Ravens 3-5. I really think the Ravens are going to come back and win this division. It's going to happen. Lamar's healthy. I mean, nobody can do. Him and Derrick Henry are that dynamic duo with those read options. Zay Flowers is great. You have a veteran D-Hop who can still play a little bit. Mark Andrews is a great tight end. Getting a little healthier on defense. Still a very flawed unit, but they're going to come back and win that division. Bengals are at 3-6. You just traded Logan Wilson away. You requested a trade a couple weeks ago. Flacco's played really well since they traded for him. Obviously, starting for an injured Joe Burrow. Chase Brown's gotten going. We know what Jamar Chase, we know what T. Higgins is, but the offensive line is terrible. That defense is horrid. Maybe the only defense worse than the Dallas Cowboys. Their tackling is scary. The Jets suck at tackling. The Bengals somehow might be worse. That tackle of Jordan Battle, or whatever the heck that was, it was more like a shoulder tap. In that game last week, Colson Loveland, that was the worst tackle time I have ever seen. That was dreadful. Yeah, the Bengals are so bad. How do you have Jamal Chase and T. Higgins? Normally you have Joe Burrow, but he's hurt right now. You're 3-6. At this point, they just need to bring in a whole new defense. Also, get rid of Zach Taylor. That guy sucks. So I can't believe on 2nd and 9, he with 45 seconds left, in the middle of the field, needing 20 yards for a field goal against the Jets, he ran a halfback dive. And Justice tell me Quinton got traded. No way. No way. Please tell me that. Oh my God, we traded no one. Are you kidding me? We traded Quinton Williams to the Cowboys? What? Are you kidding me? A first round pick and more? What are we doing? What could we have possibly have gotten back in this trade? What could we have gotten back that was worth it? Quinton Williams has already been the best D tackle in football. He signed long term. What are we doing? Oh no, Justin, don't be sorry. He said sorry. Jake had to tell you. I'm not mad at you, Justin. I promise. I'm mad at the Jets. Thank you for telling me. Oh my God. Why would we do this? I don't understand. First round pick and more. What's the more? Unless it's the reincarnation of Michael Irvin. who went back in time. What could have been worth this trade? I don't get it. Why did they do this to me? Quinnen Williams is a Dallas Cowboy. Quinnen freaking Williams. Quinnen Williams. What the hell? What? Why? Just why? Well, great. We have all these draft picks that we're gonna they'll draft the freaking a third string receiver next year. Oh my God. So hopefully more comes out about this. I'm trying to refresh my feed to see uh if we can get a what that more is. Is that more another first round pick? Is it a third round pick? Justin said Cowboys won't win anyway. You're right, Justin. They will not. This they will somehow either miss the playoffs or they'll just sneak in and get the break feed off for them by whoever. Not Indy, it's a wrong conference. Philly, Tampa, somebody. Let's see if I can find if Schefter or somebody will tell me who else went in this trade. Um, Nothing yet. Hopefully more comes through. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Quinn Williams, a Dallas Cowboy. That's just that's horrifying. That's horrifying. But back to the Bengals in the AFC North. Bengals were 3-6. Browns were at 2-6. Their defense honestly isn't bad. Obviously, you have Myles Garrett, who's obviously a freak of nature. You got a couple pieces over there. The secondary isn't the secondary is not bad, but just the quarterback is Dylan Gabriel. Let me expect it. That poor kid is dying back there behind that offensive line. They're just a dumpster fire. Moving on to the AFC South, I still can't believe they traded Quentin Williams. Uh, Indianapolis Colts, they're at 7-2. They obviously just got Sauce Sauce Gardner. Uh, I still can't get over it. I still cannot get over it. Colts are at 7-2. Fourth Sports just said who's next? Brees Hall. I mean, I've been hearing that they were gonna probably keep him, but now you trade Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner. I can imagine this just the whole group's gonna go at this point. Like, what are we even doing? Like I thought it would be, if anything, they would flip Brees Hall, maybe Quincy Williams or something, and keep the controllable pieces, not trade all the controllable pieces and then not flip the pending for agents. I don't get it. Colts are at 7-2. Uh, Jaguars are at 5-3 right now. They've had a decent year. I still don't believe in them, but they're 2 games out of first. Just pick up Jacoby Myers. See what happens. Texans are at 3-5. That's been a major letdown. We all thought they would win the division again. Stroud's overall has played well since that one little cold stretch, but just the offensive line is terrible over there. Just to say, Garrett Wilson's going to get traded next. At this point, I would not put anything past that organization. I would not put it past the New York Jets to trade Garrett Wilson. Justin, you're probably right. He is probably next. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Tennessee Titans are 1-8, just playing some comically bad football. AFC West, Denver Broncos are at 7-2. They are leading the division right now, playing really good football right now. That defense is ferocious. The Bo Nix is playing well. They're running the football with J.K. Dobbins and RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey's getting more involved. The defense is ferocious. Right now, the best in the league, even with Surtain hurt right now. Chargers are at 6-3. Herbert's balling out. They're running the football. Not so well. Obviously, Hampton's hurt, and G. Harris is out for the year. Money B. Dolph is their top back right now. But in the receiving game, Lad McConkey, he's playing really, really well. That guy's a dog. Wow, that kind of guy. I like that guy a lot. And that defense is really good. Ton of injuries right now. Now Joe Alt's gonna be out for the year with a high ankle sprain. But sorry, I'm still trying to refresh my feed just to see if we can get more about the Quinn trade, but nothing yet. Uh, it's a competitive division. Chiefs are at 5-4. Mahomes overall has played really well, but they can't run the ball. Pacheco's been really bad. Uh he's nicked up right now. They gotta find to get a running back. At this point, they should be on the phone with just trying to get Brees Hall. At this point, you might as well. Um, Kelsey's not the same player, but he still a decent tight end. Rashee Rice is back. Justin just said, I would love to get a lot of first round picks if our GM was Sam Presti, the Thunder GM. Yeah, that's the problem. Like they're picking up first round picks like they're Thanos with the Finley Stones, but if he can't draft, it's not gonna mean anything. If only they had a legit GM or a legit owner would help as well. And then the Rays were at 2-6. They sucked. They traded away Jacoby Myers. We'll see if anybody else gets moved on that club. To the NFC, Eagles were at 6-2. They've looked a little flawed so far, but you also just made a bunch of trades. You get Jari Alexander and Michael Carter to help up your secondary. Then you pick up Julian Phelps, who's a very good defensive end, to shore up the defense. Harry Roseman does it again. You never deal with them, but right now they're probably on their way to a potential Super Bowl if you look around the league. Dallas 3-5-1. I mean, so this point the defense has sucked, but they just picked up Quinn Williams, one of the league's best defensive tackles. Um, I want actually I wonder if the first round pick, if it's their pick or if it's Green Bay's pick. That's something we got that I would like to find out as well. But they got two first, one this year, one next year from Michael Parsons, and of course you pick up Logan Wilson from the Bengals as well. I mean, Alvin is great. Dak is Dak. He's a good quarterback. He's not great by any means. They've ran the ball well with Javonte Williams. We know what CB Lamb is. We know what George Pickens is. He's played really well. Jake Ferguson is really good. They're at 3-5-1. The Commanders are 3-6. Um, they're done. Jane Daniels just broke his arm. I expect him to be out for the year. They have a zillion different injuries right now. Terry McLaurin's going to miss the next few games. With that, I think it's a quad injury. They have a bunch of injuries on defense. They have injuries at running back. Their rookie, Krusky Merritt's their top back right now. Eckler's out for the year. Also, you trade Brian Robinson right before the season to San Fran. They're done. And the Giants are 2-7. Not a rough year. Jackson Darts looked really good, but obviously Leck Neighbors will start receivers out for the season, and the rest of that receiving core is bad. Cam Scatterbo, your breakout rookie running back, just got hurt. He's out for the season. They're with Leland Tyrone Chris, who's not bad, but he isn't Scatterbo. Defensively, they're great up front with Brian Burns has had a great year. Kevin Thibodeau's good, but he's not great. But Dexter Lawrence, but that guy, he has not had a good year. Also, he needs to stop running his mouth. He's going at it with Carl Banks, a Giants legend, multiple-time Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer. The dude was right. The guy's not been an impactful player this year. And that secondary is really bad. And they need a new regime. Brian Daboll, I want to like Daboll. Seems like a good guy. He, he seems like a good guy. I want to like him, but he's just not a good enough head coach. He makes just bonehead mistakes every week. 2-7 3 years in a row. It's almost hard to do. The guys on his staff, Kafka hasn't done a good enough job. The offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen. They've run through a lot of defensive coordinators under Daboll. Now, Don Martin left because he didn't like Daboll, and Daboll played well under him. He's had a good career as a coordinator. And you bring in Shane Bowen, who's been horrible. No one should be surprised. He was like their sixth choice. But they had a lot of other choices. They wanted, they wanted Antonio Pierce before he took the interim job, or the full-time job with the Raiders for the one season last year. The guy who played on that Super Bowl team. They wanted, there was a couple other bigger names they weren't able to get. So they just kind of had to settle for Shane Bowen. And look what happens. And Justin's going to come on the mic here. So Justin, what's up?
Hello.
Hi.
No, I just wanted to stay here to possibly drop the news while you're talking, so then I could, if I find out something before you, I can be here and inform you without texting it.
Yes, please. Yeah.
But no, man, like dude, I remember just writing in like the group chat. I'm like, bro, if they trade Quinn, I'm
I
gone.
know,
I'm
dude.
gone.
What
I'm
are we
gone,
doing?
man. Like, what do I do at this point? Like, do I just become a Vikings fan? I could go to 31 other teams and no one would blame me, but I decided to stay with this one because if they ever win a Super Bowl, I could say I've been there since day one.
Exactly.
But they're not gonna win. Like
No.
I was genuinely thinking, like, bro, like I don't know, man. Like I just gave like 2 vials of blood today for blood work, and I think I somehow gave up something less valuable than Sauce Gardner. So much.
Oh my God. That
I'm
might be the best, one of the best lines anyone's ever said on this show.
God, dude, I just like they're like I was thinking in the car. I'm like, bro, I'm about to hop on change.org right now and just be like, if I could get 1 million signatures to sell a team, like
Genius as
there have
well.
been there are like probably I'm looking right now there are like 50 petitions for Woody Johnson to sell the team, and only one of them has surpassed 100. I guarantee you right now, if I made one, it's surpassing 1,000. It
Probably.
might be surpassing even more. So
I sign it.
I don't think you and I are the only Jet fans
No,
that are having an issue with this.
yeah,
We're just not the.
that might get 1 million signatures if it got around the world enough.
Uh, Here's the full track. Oh my fucking god!
What happened? Let's
So
see.
it's Quinn and Williams. The Jets receive a 2026 second, a 2027 first, and a Mozzie Smith.
Jesus Christ.
Bro,
Mozzie Smith sucks.
he wants this team to go to London. Woody Johnson wants to move
Oh
this
my
team to
God.
London. It's Stan Kroenke all over again. It's Stan Kroenke
Oh my
2.0.
God. Right, so
Let's
they
let's let's not let's trade away everybody. Let's not give a single shit about this team so that no one will care that we moved to London. It's like as a Jet fan for my entire life, Woody Johnson has not given me more of a reason to not be a fan of this team than right now.
by the way,
Obviously,
by the way,
like
that
obviously,
first, is it Dallas' pick or is it Green Bay's pick? Does it
it's gonna
say?
be Dallas's pick.
All right, that's but probably better because Green Bay might could be in the Super Bowl next year. Dallas won't be because they're Dallas.
LaFleur. Not with LaFleur. They gotta fire that guy. LaFleur
If
sucks.
if they if they lose if they lose like the first 2 rounds, he might get fired. Especially if they think they have a new president coming in too.
Bro, I'm gonna freaking lose it with this team. Mozzie Smith. Oh yeah, because that's exactly what we need on the front seven. Let's get Mozzie Smith involved, guys. Absolutely. But
Mafia.
dude, what a joke. I'm about to lose it with this football team.
They even get a first next year. It's in 2 years. I mean, they have a zillion first round picks in the next couple of years, but
No, I'm just gonna take a sabbatical from the NFL and just watch college for the rest of my life.
sabbatical from the NFL.
From
Oh
the NFL, I
God.
can't do it, man. I can't do it. We're gonna get, and knowing our luck, we're gonna go for a quarterback that is heavily prospected. And he's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna go Fernando Mendoza, and he's gonna suck, and he's gonna suck on our team. But he'll go anywhere else, and he'll be a generational talent.
Exactly. That's the Jets' luck.
That is the Jets' luck. Oh my god, dude, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. Like I'm sick. What can I tell you? I'm absolutely sick to my stomach. Really,
Yeah,
really.
I don't even know what to say.
There's nothing in the world like no Tums, no Prevacid, no Nexium, like no Tylenol, or it could stop the amount of pain that I'm dealing with right now. I mean, holy shit, man.
I can't
This
believe it.
I'm disgusted. And then they're gonna trade Garrett for a bag of chips and a cookie tonight.
They'll train him for 2 seconds and like Calvin Olsen or
Yeah,
something with the
you know,
Steelers.
if we got like CeeDee Lamb out of that,
Yeah, right.
I would have
Then
would
I
have
do
been
it.
like I would have been like absolutely, absolutely for sure. give me that. Obviously, that's not realistic, and
Yeah.
that is a stretch. But you're talking about one of the top defensive tackles in the league, and I want one of your top play, and then you have one player that's one of the top players at their position. Maybe it's not that unfair of a trade, but like I cannot believe that they trade away Micah Parsons for nothing, and we in return reward them for that. We in return decide to say, hey, you know what? Let's give you our best player just because we feel bad that you lost Micah Parsons.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish, and well, unless they could trick Jerry Jones, because how senile he is. Like you said, it's not realistic, and just what the hell?
Yeah, dude, I can't do it, man. So it's like, okay, so the Jets will have three firsts in 2027, which I don't know. I mean, 2027, if you look at the college landscape, it's actually going to be pretty good. So they now have three chances to make a really, really good team out of that. Now, I know the Jets can't draft. I'm aware of that, but all you have to do
Yeah.
is just fire Darren Mogi and then wait making some of the moves. That's all you
At
got to
this
do.
point, I mean, I don't want to fight, just be firing GMs left and right, but the coach sucks, so
But
he has to go.
at least in Mogi's defense, it was Woody's hire. I
Yeah,
think it was Woody's hire, and then it was because he hired Aaron Glenn, then
exactly.
they hired Darren Mogi. So there really wasn't a like fair thing there.
This is
But
why you have to let. This is why you should pick the GM first.
that's why you should pick the GM first. But I just don't know. I almost want to DM Darren Mogi and be like, "Bro, is this like a I'm not a good GM situation, or is this like the Nico Harrison situation where it's like, no, I'm not great, but like the owner's hand is up my ass, like I'm a puppet.
Yeah.
Like Jets got to get their heads out of their ass,
Oh,
but they never will. I mean, bro,
nope.
like what's crazy? There was a live memorial today for Nick Mangold, and this is what
I
they do.
know.
This is what they
That's
do.
yeah. Come on. At least push it off. At least do it yesterday. You
At
know.
least do it yesterday, man, dude. Like I need this trade deadline to move
I
now.
know.
Let it be 4 o'clock because if it was up to Woody Johnson right now, it's blowing up the entire team for a seventh round pick.
Yeah, and guys, we're on Talk Sports with Jake's 2:25 Eastern Time, where we are now. But yeah, this I can't believe it. I'm in disbelief.
But I just what am I gonna do? So like I know, and look, I don't hate AD Mitchell. By the way, I don't hate him. Obviously, he doesn't get a lot of touches where he is on the Colts, but like not a bad wide receiver too at all. And I'm just but I still liked Sauce. Sauce was a likable guy on the Jets and everything, and he's still an easily top five corner in this league. And yeah, no, dude, like I'm gonna fucking puke. I'm gonna fucking puke. It's over. I'm done. I'm done. Like, what do I even say at this point? What do you even
I
say?
don't. Yeah, I don't.
We'll get him next year. No, we won't. We're not gonna get him next year.
Finish things off after just talking about the awfulness of the New York Jets. Uh, Green Bay Packers are 5-2-1. They're a weird team. Um, they're a they're a weird team. Like they should be the elite of the elite, and they have looked like that at times. But also like, losing at home to Carolina and Cleveland, blowing the games like they did, it doesn't make any sense. Lions are at 5-3. If the Bears are 5-3, surprisingly, Ben Johnson overall has done a good job. Vikings at 4-4, a very competitive division. See what happens now with JJ McCarthy is back. You have the Bucks at 6-2. You got their overall they've played great. Baker's been really good. They a lot of injuries that they're playing through. Carolina's 5-4. They're another team. When they've played some really good defense at times, but at other times they looked awful. They get a little better quarterback play out of Bryce Young. Falcons are at 3-5. They're so weird. Beat the Bills at home, or I forgot if you were home for that, but you beat the Bills in prime time. You lose 30 zip to the Panthers and 34-10 to the Dolphins. Doesn't make any sense. Saints are 1-8. They're god awful. They're starting Tyler Shuck the rest of the way now. I think Rashid Shaheed, your second best receiver, just got traded. And NFC West is another tough division. You have the Seahawks at 6-2. They're really good. Sam Darnold playing really well. JSN's a stud. Their defense is good. They just trade for no, that's who got Shaheed. The Rams get to 6-2. They're very good. I told you Stafford's back end wasn't going to be that bad. Kyron's really good. Devontae and Puka Nakua are some receiving tandem. Niners 6-3, playing through all their injuries. Kudos to them. And Arizona is at 3-5. Like I said, I think Jacoby Brissett should be the starter for the rest of the season. That's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long. Have a great day.